Hello, and welcome to the exciting world of computers. It can feel like there is a lot to learn, but I am here to tell you that it is much easier than you might think. Today, computers are an essential part of our daily lives, connecting us with family, helping us manage our tasks, opening up a universe of information and entertainment. Learning just a few basic skills will empower you to do so many things. From sending an email to a loved one, to paying a bill online, or even just looking up a new recipe for dinner tonight. You do not need to be a technical expert to get started on this journey. This guide is designed to be your friendly companion, walking you through each new idea, one small piece at a time. Think of learning the computer as learning a new language, but instead of words, you are learning simple actions. Each click and each keystroke is a way of communicating your instructions. My promise to you is that we will go through this process together, using 5 clear and simple steps. Our goal is to build your confidence slowly and steadily, ensuring you feel comfortable and in control. We will cover everything from turning the machine on to sending your very first email. Remember, every single expert was once a beginner, just like you are today. With a little patience and a friendly guide, you will soon feel right at home. In the sections that follow, we will break down the most important skills into manageable lessons. We will start with the absolute basics, like what the different buttons do and how to use the mouse. From there, we will explore the main screen of your computer, which is called the desktop. We will then learn how to create your digital information and organize it, much like you would organize papers in a filing cabinet. Finally, we will dive into some of the most useful programs that will help you write, browse the internet, and communicate with others. Every step includes practical examples you can try immediately, helping the knowledge stick. The most important thing to remember is that it is okay to make mistakes. In fact, mistakes are a wonderful part of the learning process because they teach us what works and what does not. Do not be afraid to click on something to see what it does. The computer is a tool for you to use, and you are in charge. My goal is to make you feel empowered, not intimidated. So, take a deep breath, get comfortable, and let's begin this wonderful adventure together. By the end of this guide, you will have a solid foundation and the confidence to continue exploring on your own. The very first step on our journey is the simplest one of all, turning your computer on. Look for the main box. This main box is called the tower, or it is called the computer case. On the front of it, you will find a power button. This button often has a universal symbol that looks like a circle with a small vertical line inside, or the small line may be at the top of the circle. Give that button a firm press, and you should hear the computer start to whir and see some lights turn on. This is the sound of your computer waking up and getting ready for you. It is the beginning of every interaction you will have with this powerful tool, so it is a great place to begin building your confidence. Next, you will need to turn on the screen, which is called the monitor. Some monitors turn on automatically with the computer, but many have their own separate power button. This button is usually located on the bottom edge, or sometimes on the front corner of the monitor frame. It might have the same power symbol as the computer case. Press it, and the screen should light up. It might take a minute or two for the computer to fully start up. You will see different logos and messages appear on the screen as it prepares the system for you. This waiting period is completely normal, so just sit back and relax while it gets everything ready. Once your computer has finished starting up, you will eventually need to turn it off properly. It is very important not to just press the power button again to shut it down, as this can cause problems for the system. Instead, you will use the computer's own shutdown process. Now that your computer is on, let's get familiar with the 2 main tools you will use to interact with it: the keyboard, the mouse. Think of them as your hands in the digital world. The keyboard is used for typing letters, numbers, and symbols, allowing you to write documents, fill out forms, and search for information. Take a moment to look at the layout of the keys. You will see the alphabet. You will see the numbers. You will see special keys, Shift, Enter, and the space bar. To start, Try a simple exercise. Open a program like Notepad or a word processor and carefully type your full name. Press the spacebar to create a space and press the Enter key to move to a new line. The mouse is your tool for pointing, clicking, and moving things around on the screen. Hold it gently. Index on left button, middle on right. Practice moving the pointer smoothly and aim at different icons on your desktop. The most common action is the click. Press and release the left button once. To select an item, press an on-screen button or place your cursor in text. Another important action is the double click, used to open a program, file, or folder. Finally, drag and drop. Click and hold. Move the mouse to drag, release to drop. Mastering these 3 mouse actions, click, double click, and drag and drop, will give you the control you need to navigate Windows with ease. When your computer finishes starting, the first screen you encounter is often the login screen. This is a security feature that ensures only authorized users can access the computer. You will see a space to type your username, another for your password. Remember that passwords are case-sensitive. Once you have entered your password, press Enter or click the arrow button to log in. After logging in, you arrive at the desktop, your primary workspace with icons. You can open items by double-clicking their icons. At the bottom left is the Start button. Clicking it opens the Start menu to find apps, settings, and power options. The long bar is the taskbar showing open programs. Files and folders. As you use your computer, you create information stored in files. A document you have written, a photo you have saved, a song you have downloaded. To keep files organized, we use folders, just like manila folders in a filing cabinet, to group related files so you can find them later. Show diagram. Documents folder containing letter.docx and a subfolder named Receipts. Right-click on an empty desktop area. Choose New Folder. A new folder appears. Type a helpful name like My Practice Files and press Enter. Open My Practice Files. Create folders, photos, documents, projects. In a word processor, click File, Save or Save As. Choose My Practice Files. Name it My First Test Document, then click Save. If you forget where you saved it, click the search box near Start and type part of the file name. Windows shows matching results instantly. A word processor lets you write text, correct mistakes with backspace, and save your file. Your web browser is the gateway to the internet. Type a web address in the address bar, press Enter, or use a search engine to find information. For email, sign in, click New Message or Compose, add the recipient into a subject, write your message, and click Send. Use strong passwords, at least 12 characters with uppercase, lowercase, numbers, and symbols. Avoid personal information, protect against viruses with Windows Security, and be cautious opening attachments or clicking suspicious links. Back up important files to an external drive or a cloud storage service. Practice for 30 minutes every day. Start with simple tasks and build from there. Do not be afraid to make mistakes. Ask others for help when you need it. Section 7. Your Path to Confidence. A practice plan and safety checklist. Becoming comfortable with a computer is a journey, not a race. The best way to learn is consistent, gentle practice. Spend 20 or 30 minutes each day instead of one long session. Repetition builds muscle memory in your fingers and in your mind. Do not be afraid to repeat the same simple tasks. Day 1. Focus on physical interaction. Practice turning the computer and monitor on. Log in with your password. Use the mouse to move the pointer. Open Notepad from the Start menu. Close it using the X button. Properly shut down the computer. Day 2. Practice organization. Create a new folder named My First Week. Create another folder inside it named Day 2 Practice. Day 3. Explore the web. Open your web browser. Type www.wikipedia.org and press Enter. Use the website search bar to look up gardening and history of chocolate. Day 4. Get writing. Open your word processor. Type a short paragraph or a simple shopping list. Practice using Enter for new lines. Save it in your Day 2 practice folder as My First Note. Day 5. Manage your files. Find My First Note. Right-click and choose Copy. Go to My First Week and choose Paste. You have just made a copy. I can turn the computer on and shut it down correctly. I can click with the mouse. I can double-click. I can drag and drop. I know how to log in. I can identify the desktop. I can open the Start menu. I can use the taskbar. I can create a new folder and give it a name. I can create a simple text file and save it in my folder. I can use the search bar to find a file. I can open a web browser and visit a website. I understand the importance of strong passwords. I am cautious online. I know how to back up my important files. You have taken the first step by deciding to learn. Please remember to be patient and kind to yourself. Every time you sit down at the computer, you get a little better. Celebrate small victories, like saving a file or remembering your password. You are capable of mastering this.